History 9. Clovis, the Dawn of Faith. Clovis was born around the year 466 into the Frankish royal family, the son of Childeric I, a king of the Salian Franks, and his wife Basina. At this time, the Roman Empire in the west had collapsed, and many small kingdoms were struggling for dominance across Gaul. The Franks were one of these peoples known for their strength, independence, and fierce warriors. Clovis grew up in a world of shifting powers and fragile alliances, but his future would be unlike any of his ancestors. He would not only expand Frankish rule, but also tie it to a new spiritual foundation that shaped the destiny of France. In 481, after the death of his father, the young Clovis inherited the crown of the Salian Franks. He was still very young, but his ambition was clear from the beginning. Unlike other kings who remained content with local influence, Clovis sought to unite the many Frankish groups under his banner and expand his reach over Gaul. His leadership was marked by clever strategies and decisive battles, and with each year his reputation as a strong and determined ruler spread. The kingdom he began to shape would eventually become the heart of medieval France. Only a few years later, in 486, Clovis made a bold move that set him apart from rival rulers. At the Battle of Soissons, he faced Syagrius, the last Gallo-Roman commander who still held on to Roman traditions in northern Gaul. The clash ended with a decisive Frankish victory, and Clovis quickly absorbed Syagrius's territory into his realm. This victory was more than military. It symbolized the passing of power from Rome's old authority to a new Frankish rule. With Soissons, Clovis secured the foundation for future expansion and marked himself as a king of destiny. In 493, Clovis further strengthened his position by marrying Clotilde, a Catholic princess from Burgundy. Clotilde was deeply devoted to her Christian faith, and her presence in the Frankish court introduced new ideas and influences. She often urged her husband to abandon the old gods of his ancestors and embrace Christianity, but Clovis resisted. For him, the traditional pagan gods represented strength and the warrior spirit. Yet Clotilde's persistence planted seeds in his heart, and as the years went by, her faith would play a key role in changing the course of Frankish history. The turning point came in 496 during the legendary Battle of Tolbiac against the Alemanni, a powerful Germanic tribe. At first, the Franks were on the edge of defeat, and Clovis faced the possible destruction of his army. In this desperate moment, he called upon the Christian God of his wife, promising that if victory came, he would accept baptism. The tide of battle shifted, the Alemanni were defeated, and Clovis kept his vow. According to the chronicler Gregory of Tours, he was baptized on Christmas Day in Reims, a moment that symbolized both spiritual rebirth and political transformation. Modern historians, however, suggest that the baptism may have happened later, in 508, based on letters from Bishop Avitus of Vienne. Whether in 496 or 508, the act remains one of the most significant moments in European history. Clovis's baptism marked not only his personal conversion, but also the beginning of a bond between the Frankish monarchy and Catholic Christianity. Unlike the Arian Christianity practiced by many other Germanic rulers, Clovis's choice of Nicene Catholicism brought him closer to the majority of his Gallo-Roman subjects, creating a powerful alliance between crown and church. After his conversion, Clovis's power expanded even further. In 507, he led his forces against the Visigoths at the Battle of Vouillé, defeating them and seizing much of their kingdom in Gaul. Now ruling as a Christian king, Clovis gained greater support from Catholic bishops and Roman aristocrats, who saw him as a protector of their faith and traditions. The unity of spiritual and political power gave his reign a legitimacy that his rivals lacked. Through war and faith, Clovis became not just a tribal leader, but the founder of a new Catholic kingdom. Shortly before his death in 511, Clovis took another step that showed his new role as both king and Christian ruler. He convened the First Council of Orléans, bringing together more than 30 bishops. This synod established laws for the Church in Gaul and cemented cooperation between the Frankish monarchy and the Catholic hierarchy. It was a powerful statement that the Franks were no longer just warriors, but also guardians of the faith. Clovis' legacy lived on through the Merovingian dynasty and beyond, shaping France as a Catholic kingdom for centuries to come. His baptism, whether in 496 or 508, remains one of history's great turning points, the moment when the sword of a king was united with the cross of a new faith.